Hello, Scorpio, and welcome to Indigo Rising Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you're having a great day. This will be your weekly reading for the week of August 2nd through August 8th. And during that time, we have a waning gibbous moon, and that is a time of self-reflection and rebirth, a good time for us to make positive changes and get rid of our bad habits and negative thinking. So keep working towards those things that you have been working on. And then we do have the last quarter moon that comes in on the 6th or the 7th, depending on where you are. And that is the time when things start to come to fruition. We start to wrap up those projects that we started this cycle, and things start to come to their full potential, right? And so we're kind of going to start that evaluation. We're getting rid of negativity. It's like you want to do that final push through to finish things, but we also start to realize that that new moon is approaching. So did we finish up those things that we started? Do we need to make adjustments for the next cycle? So we're starting to kind of think in those terms as well. So please keep those moon energies in mind as we move through the week. This will be an intuitive general reading for energies that you may or may not encounter, Scorpio. So as always, please take what resonates and leave what doesn't here on the table for someone else. And your overall message for this reading is the end of a tough cycle approaches. Well, that's good because nobody likes the tough ones, right? We'd rather have some smooth sailing. And I like that idea too. As I'm shuffling the tarot, my fun weekly reminder for you this week, Scorpio, is that you watch the world for synchronistic things that are happening. So whether you realize it or not, those things are happening around you all the time, but it's numbers and it's messages and it's things that just kind of come out of the ether that once you start seeing that as a language, you really can't unsee it. And that's the best way for me to describe it. But it's numbers that are popping out at you, and you look up those angel numbers and let those messages guide you. It might be a message that you just hear. Let's say you're walking down a street and you hear there's two people talking, you're not even involved in the conversation, and you pass, but you hear a little phrase that pops out that someone says, and it's something that you needed to hear that day. So it's those kind of things that happen. And I mean, anyway, so just watch for the synchronistic things, um, and see what that does. If you put yourself on heightened awareness to kind of look for those things this week. All right, Scorpio, let's get into this reading. August 2nd through the 8th, the end of a tough cycle approaches, and your overall present energy right now is the Four of Cups, which, I've seen this card quite a bit. This is about really being dissatisfied with what the universe is offering you. And the real big message that I've had just in the last couple of weeks is sometimes when we feel like, oh, that's not the thing I wanted, you need to say yes to the thing that the universe is offering you, because it's the stepping stone to the thing you wanted. So, I'm going to say that, I'm trying to think of an example. Oh, let's say that you want to, there's a certain job that you want at your job. You want to get promoted to that position. Well, you're offered a promotion that's not that position, but it's maybe adjacent to that position or just under that position. And instead of saying, oh, well, that's not really the job I wanted, understand that that might be the stepping stone to that promotion eventually, right? So that's the kind of mindset. So if you've been in a tough cycle, the universe might be trying to reach in and get you out of that tough cycle by giving you exactly what you want. But you're not taking it because you don't think it's the thing you want, right? So see that as maybe a stepping stone. All right, let's see. Your current situation right now is the Page of Cups. So you're definitely, and to me, this is keep your wits about you. And maybe are you not as serious about this thing also? Usually we talk about the pages as being, kind of our light and open, very emotionally open. I see this as kind of um, a younger person who is just kind of open to the world, kind of the Fool card, and in that kind of way, just kind of not really watching where they're stepping. They've got a real sense about them. They're very open. And I'm not saying that is that's just kind of the thing you're taking, but is it because you're not taking this thing seriously, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So, um, if there is something you want, you need to buckle down and take it seriously, but maybe reaching out for that cup. I mean, it's funny that we've got the universe giving this cup here, And so, can you lighten up and be the receiver of that cup? Okay, so that you might be taking things so seriously um, that maybe you need to lighten up a little bit. Okay, Scorpio, let's see. At the root of your situation here is the Sun card. So you're generally very happy. So again, lighten up. If there's something that's making you grumpy, think about think about, am I asking for the wrong thing, or am I just looking at the, am I not able to see the things around me that are going to get me, that are the, not that thing exactly, but the stepping stones. Okay, I'll stop saying that. It's sometimes hard to get that point across. All right. What is in your recent past here is the moon card. So it could be that you've had some sort of dream or some sort of intuition or something that's telling you, this is the thing you want, and this is how to get that. And maybe you just are going about it a little bit wrong, but intuitively, I wouldn't be surprised to see like the star card. Like, that whatever this thing is that you want, that's the direction that you're trying to follow. And that maybe the universe is giving you the signs to that. But there's something in your recent past that maybe it's a dream or an intuition or some sort of synchronistic thing that has happened that's leading you to want to manifest whatever this thing is. So, on your mind here this week is some nostalgia with the Six of Cups. So, and it could be that you're thinking, I've seen this card come up, and I'm not saying this is definitely related to your career or work, but for some of you it will be, to do the thing that you used to love doing, like when you were a kid. I always make the statement that kids tell us who they are pretty early, pretty quickly. And by their activities and the words that they say, their attitude, and also the thing that they love. I mean, I knew very young exactly what I wanted to do in life, and I did those things. So, and I knew very, very young exactly what those things were. So I set out to accomplish them, and I did. And I remember thinking that's exactly what I wanted to do. Now those things do change over time as you age. I mean, I never knew I'd be reading tarot cards, but that was kind of the new thing that came about when I accomplished those other things, right? And that's how our life kind of goes. But think about something, is there something on your mind that you think, when I was really young, I loved doing X, Y, or Z, and that's why I want to move into that, maybe with your career, or make sure that you accomplish that thing that you've loved since you were little. Okay, what is just ahead of you here, Scorpio? I see the star card. I because I feel like you're destined to do it. I just can't believe that card even came out. I was just saying I would not be shocked to see it. So I'm not shocked, but I am shocked actually. But you know, the star card is about following your direction. There's something here that it's almost like you're destined to do, destined to experience, destined to whatever this is. Again, for some of you, this might be work related. This could be relationship related. This could be family related. Whatever it is for you, this is like your destiny, and you know it. You know it intuitively. So again, be be open to taking those little cups from the universe. It might not be exactly what it is, but it's part of the bigger picture. In your advice position, Scorpio, is the Ace of Wands, is to okay, so going back to this thing I was talking about, the thing you loved when you were a kid, this is about passion. And this is about new passion. This is about a yes. This is about yes to this thing that you thought about in your youth so much. And I mean, maybe you wanted to be a rocket scientist and your life just has not gone that way to be a rocket scientist. Well, you can get that back on track, and you can go back to school, and you can do things, and you can be involved in some way, and again, in some adjacent way right now, for now, maybe that gets you to your goal. And of course, I'm using that as an example, but having this kind of passion in your life makes you wake up in the morning and you're just excited to get up and go do the thing that you're so passionate about. I mean, that was me with tarot readings this morning. I was like, I opened my eyes and kind of what's happening today. Oh, I get to do tarot readings, which I'm very passionate about it, and I love to do it. So that's an exciting day for me that I get to get up and do that day. So, what is that for you? What is lighting that fire for you? And make sure that you are saying yes to the universe in that way. All right, what is beyond your control is the devil. So this is this is that self-talk that is very defeating. This is insecurity coming in. This is fear of failure. This is just lack of confidence coming in on your part. So you need to work on that. Work on your confidence level when it comes to this thing. Start learning things, start getting in the circles that do this thing that you want to do. Maybe you've always wanted to be a musician, and so you're going to practice your instrument more, and you're going to get in musician circles, talk about music with people. Just get in the places where the music that you like to do is performed. Get around those people. That builds your confidence. Just learning things and learning that, hey, everybody can do this. If you buckle down and do a thing and you want to focus on it, you can do it. What is your secret desire, or what are you trying to avoid? Is the Seven of Pentacles. So, I see this card. This is the card of you've put in the work and you're kind of waiting for the harvest. So, is it your secret desire to wait for a harvest? I mean, did you put in the work? Are you trying to avoid putting in, or trying to avoid harvesting the things that you did do the work on? And I almost see this as maybe you do have like an unfinished degree sitting somewhere. Are you afraid to finish that up? Are you afraid to go back to school? Are you afraid? So almost like unfinished business there. So this is your big question. Is it your secret desire to harvest those things that you've put so much time and energy into, or are you could just completely trying to avoid that? Ask yourself that question and then understand the answer. That's kind of a deep one for you this week. In your outcome, Scorpio, is look, the world is your oyster. This is the perfect ending. This is dreams materialized. This is perfect balance and fulfillment. This is freedom. This is just it's being tranquil, being very happy. And look, at the root, you are a very happy person. So whatever this is for you, and some of you, you're going to instantly know what I'm talking about. It's something that you've dreamed about doing, something that you've really wanted to do. But again, the end of a tough cycle, and maybe you need to say yes a little bit more to whatever, just be a little bit more open minded about what the universe is giving you, because it could be the stepping stone to get you to this place, right? All right, what's hidden from you here at the bottom of the deck is the Emperor, the Builder. This is about um, leadership, authority. This is knowing what you want to build and knowing how to build it. And this is what's hidden from you. So, again, this could just be a confidence thing that you don't think you can build this, but you know what? You can. You can do anything you set your mind to do. And the Emperor is here. That's what's hidden from you here. And if it would be nice to see this come up in your reading over the next few weeks, that you're kind of gaining that confidence that, yeah, I can build this, whatever it is that you are trying to build, Scorpio. Okay, let's get a final message here from the Soul Oracle deck. A final message for Scorpio. Again, end of a tough cycle. So this has been rough for you, but it's like almost like the smoke is clearing, but make sure that you don't let this lack of confidence come in. And, you just need to really work on that confidence. All right, final message here for you, Scorpio. Final message is to ask with sincerity. And this card to me means that when you ask the universe for something, you do need to be very sincere, but also very clear about what it is that you want, that what is it exactly that you're trying to achieve. So, and you can dream big, but dream detailed, and then kind of let it go. The universe can take care of those details, but do dream big and do ask the universe with sincerity for whatever it is that you really, really want. All right, what do you need to do in the way of self-care? Self-care for Scorpio this week, and it's the card called Peace. Just because some people are fueled by drama doesn't mean you have to attend the performance. Make your life a drama-free zone. So wherever you may have drama that's coming in, and it could be over here with this Devil card here, it could be some drama from your past, from your childhood, from something in your youth or something behind you as well. There could be something connected with that, so you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Anyway, Scorpio, thank you so much for being here. I hope there's something in this reading that you can take away and use in a positive way in your life this week. Of course, drop me a comment down below. Let me know if anything here resonated, or if you have questions, I'd be happy to answer those for you. Also, if you like my reading style, hitting like and subscribe, that helps me with my dream. So thank you so much for being here, and I will see you next week. Bye-bye.